Guys, what is up? Hey, it's me, LegendBTV, up in here. We gotta talk about this new iCARLY reboot. Yeah, sadly, I don't own any boots that fit. But yeah, couldn't do any reing to my boots, but yeah. Oh well. I was thinking into darkness, something to hold on. Find you while you were so broken. Hi, yeah, the new iCARLY reboot's out. We gotta talk about it. So I did sat through all 3 episodes a couple of times. Kind of just, took some notes. And wow, it's pretty interesting to say the least. There are things that I definitely expected, and there are things that surprised me, so I'll get into both of those. Yeah, I'm just gonna... This review won't be too in-depth or anything. I just want to get my thoughts out on how I felt about both of the... how I felt about the reboot and how it held up compared to the original. So, things I expected. One, obviously the humor is more adult this time around. Yeah, it's a TV PG rating, and it is more adult. You get to hear a lot more adult things, just adult conversations. It's not too much into the cursing. It's not too much into the sexual innuendos, although occasionally. And obviously, Carly gets this one nugget where she says this.
You gotta switch it up on a bitch.
And honestly, you know what? I wouldn't put it past her. That was pretty epic. I was actually like, oh my god, when I first saw that. I was actually on a TikTok before I watched it. I heard that. I was like, she actually says that in the reboot?
Carly Shay.
Girl. Oh, it was awesome. Yeah, so that's pretty great. Because obviously they're adults. They just can't, be always sticking to just kid stuff. It's great that they let the show just be a bit more real, a bit more, grown up. And that's cool. The characters are just living more grown up lives. I mean, obviously Spencer's kind of still the same person, really. They let him say things like damn and stuff, but he's still basically the same. But yeah, Carly, she's basically Carly. Freddy's like divorced bum. He's like a divorced bum trying to find women, but his mom keeps embarrassing him. By the way, that was pretty sick in that episode with Mrs. Benson. Perfect cameo there. Yeah, she still treats him like he's like 5, and that's to be expected. Obviously, you can't have Mrs. Benson just totally be like, okay, Freddy, I'm gonna change your bedtime from like 8:15 to 8:16 just because you're grown up. No, he still needs to be treated like he's like 3, so that's what we love to see. So far in the 3 episodes, minus Freddy not being able to get any girls whatsoever, and then Spencer using him. Oh shoot, by the way, I should have said at the beginning of this video, yeah, there will be major spoilers. I'm spoiling the whole dang thing, but oh yeah, there's your warning. Okay. Yeah, so Freddy, yeah, there's this thing where Spencer pretends to be blind, so Freddy does a bunch of stuff for him. Oh man, Freddy's such a sponge, but yeah. You gotta love Freddy, though. Freddy's still funny, Freddy's still charming and lovable. Yeah, Spencer does get his comeuppance, though, on that, but yeah. Overall, though, I'm getting off track. Overall, it was alright. Yeah, it was alright. I think it was pretty decent. I'd be lying if I said I thought any of the 3 episodes were, like, really funny. But they definitely each had a few moments where I kind of chuckled at some of the jokes. I mean, there definitely was, it was, like, passably funny. And I think the good thing is, it does avoid some major missteps that could have turned it into a bad territory. Like, yes, it does kind of do that whole 2021 kind of humor that a lot of sitcoms are doing nowadays. It's always talking about the internet. It's always talking about using slang words. It's always talking about, being canceled. It mentions a lot being canceled, saying things that are, too offensive or too, bothersome, and it's like, yeah, that got a little bit on my nerves, but, like, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't overdone. It wasn't, like, the only jokes they were able to tell. But it was just like, yeah, we have to throw in, some references to the fact that it's 2021 in, like, every 2021 show. Just saying. But, yeah, that kind of sucks. But anyways, that's thankfully a small part of the 3 episodes. Anyways, a few things to note. Nora is in the show. Oh, my God. She doesn't have a lot to do, but, like, Nora is there, and she basically is just as nerdy as her 16-year-old counterpart. Now she's, like, almost 30, still lives with her parents, because obviously no one wants anything to do with her. That's just how it is. I'm, like, talking so much. Wow, yeah, but, Nora's still in it. Pretty good job, even though, like I said, she doesn't have a lot to do. She doesn't end up kidnapping him. She just kind of, ruins Carly's date. By the way, Carly dates this guy in one of the episodes. Oh my god. She's kind of like shallow like she always is, but that's kind of just how she is. She's just kind of like charmingly likable, and she likes a lot of guys. She just likes that, yeah. Pretty decent looking dude she gets with. you know, pretty tasty looking, and they're able to find out that he's this hater that, like, ooh, you know, really gets on Carly's nerves, but she doesn't know that at first, and then it's like, ooh, they kind of talk it over, and then she's done with him, and, yeah. And, I mean, in addition, you know, Carly, the web show, I mean, they kind of do, like, on the first episode, I believe, they do an adult version of the web show, and they kind of, like, segued into thinking, you think at first it's like, wow, they're just talking about, like, adult things. Like, I don't remember what they were talking about, but they were talking about something really not iCarly-like, like, something really adult, like, oh, it was anti-aging cream and stuff, because we're all gonna die, which was kind of funny, and, yeah, and then it segues into Baby Spencer, and you're like, oh, now this is iCarly, but at first you're like, wait, iCarly's really changed, this is not iCarly, you know, but then they, yeah. That's pretty cool. Another pretty cool nugget about the show. In general, that's how I would sum up the show. It's not like overwhelmingly fantastic, but there's a lot of nice little nuggets. There's nice little like continuities. There's nice little tying up loose ends of things. Like we hear what happened to Freddy and stuff like that. And Sam, you know, Sam's busy. She's not on the show because she's busy doing something. Gibby, they never explain. Like they pretty much act like Gibby doesn't exist. In none of the 3 episodes did I hear any mention of Gibby, and that's weird because in the last season of iCarly, like, that's all they would talk about. Gibby, 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 Gibby. Like, Gibby was the star. Gibby was the main guy. So it's really weird that they don't mention him, like, at all. Weird, right? Yeah, it's pretty damn weird, but you know what? I can overlook it. In general, though, iCarly's alright. iCarly, I'm excited to see where the show goes. And this new reboot is about what I expected, you know what I mean? It definitely, you know, lived up to my expectations. It didn't really exceed them, because like I said, the show isn't very funny. It's not really that funny. It kind of just delves into, it's basically just like an average sitcom, but it does have a few of the iCarly, like, you know, still the charm that makes it, you know, pretty alright, pretty decent. So that's my review of iCarly right now, iCarly 2021 reboot. Let me know what you thought of the reboot. And let me know what you think of this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with more soon. New music being announced. I am funding the song to be mixed now, so it will be mixed and you'll have a treat for your ears pretty soon.